The upright nature of a girl, belied by formless words. Signs of visible lust, like the density of skies and the disappearing hour. I think of you, urgent and weak, walking beside billboards, missing out, flaking off in the silence between two tracks. No tender riot in your geek heart, spliced open and pulsating in 4 different places, whilst the summer is blaring, musty and lithe. Awful shiny skin and sick tune of birds germinating light as a new kind of loudness. And the crude urban cosmos misses you and is just passing the time with dirt and money and pouting in the corner without your nocturno suspicious lure. Multi-digit spectators are writhing on the carpet longing for autumn and sanity, and metallic organs are wiped clean and can be oiled, and my phone can be dropped in shock in the middle of the street and will carry on working. And there is soil in your lacy frill and blood's like jelly these days. Time loops around itself in bold and able gestures as I wander around the Payless on Roman Road and think of you grabbing my rarely thinnest hand and dragging away from jealousy, now hardened, now lain on a fridge putrid with pollen and fashionable lipstick, and you are made of dust. Juvenile concealer upon ill-fitting victim status. Q, I rise to say that my heart is only irritated, or a machine made from human bones and a camera. But we eat camembert and memories here, not brains. So take your spider, my dusty angel, and go back to striving for a city's tender shit, with a liver to match, kneeling beside the rubble, beside the river, in a funk full of mute and ache and vodka, and with the feet of a bird, like tilt away from the interpretable world and warble, because you never call me anymore. This our night, hands clasped to the last instant it saw to the skirt, jump up and clap in a second. Their eyes met over the pond in that lean death of words, that stagnant lang of stirring, that ground glitch or near touch that gleams and scarce makes contact, before singing in the wind away from how pretty you are, and all that blood that dances so. And now we all have our own rooms to not touch in, little slips of things with vomit to spew on cushions, and my bed is mine alone, and yes, didn't the cautiousness of human gesture surprise you? We cannot do it any more. Our own hearts exceed us. Beauty is nothing, is a gently disgusting residue of all that burps and smiles, and life is terrible and holds back and swallows itself, whilst 25 birds that might have perched on your arms and head can now fly in expanded air. And yeah, the autumn's going to need you, with head like a broken toy, got no stable eye now, got no stable now, all is fluttering around the boredom of death. Oh, how we breathe you out like blah sad, and longing for an airy exchange amongst urgent squeaky clean majorities. And city boys, those smug wankers, we put them in the margins. The sheets on the bed are doubly broken open, and we contemplate the value of silence, of being older, of 6 carriages derailed near Bethnal Green where you didn't live. And now strip me to the joints, I'm ready for that inky graze, that needle, 'cause we are young and live in bricks outside of class, and so nothing stormy lifts in you, and we cannot taste ourselves, and you are full of feedback when placed flush on the hopes of objects that disintegrate the moment of action to jump shots and wire and fluid. But a doll is a doll, however anatomically aroused. Due harm has been done to our stardom, and circumstance has rendered a dense scaffold of girls, with one helpful boy pal, and a vasospasm problematic, and a vasospasm undercutting, and a place where healing is bleeding, a precious cleave and coiling branches, and pulse and eyeball, and dense platinum heavily nebulous, and itching in the suburbs of my brain are all these moments bloated with ritual, and am forever shelling peas on the sofa with you half out the door in a backwash of subjectivity, banishing culture with its sensations and movie talk. Invasive surfaces are cut, in or out of hospital, with its dollars and chemicals, with humanity all Xeroxed out of view and shushed hideously. And do you remember our domestic serenades, my always right pussy? I crave ashes and the upside, even on these caramel-coloured Thursdays, with their functionalism and inflammatory TV, sowing tears and beads of sunburn into the couch, and all of this dubbed passivity you've left me with, these tiny endings and needling guilt, an athlete's fear and a parasitic twitch, a loss. prizing open the mechanism of another's identity. You lapse and angst towards the bars, towards the punk, the stereo and Daddy's ideal needs. And Susan Sarandon is blaring, telling us to care more, and that she'll see us on our dream dates, as if Baudrillard wasn't watching, and we really could eat sundaes and not think about our bodies and how we leave details of them behind, and slump into the artifice of the day-to-day. Just for now, we're blinking against the Tesco neon, and all those screaming heads that really can see the jewelled past smashing. The literary reel, swollen with myth, a glass downpouring, a shard, a fleshy, we are different, an unavailable profusion creeping between us, a groaned body with 6 different perspectives, and everybody's passionate and drinks lemonade, lying around with girls, trying to say or lack insight, what? And my cigarette touched the sky a bulk of yellow dampness, neatly compounded for all this eternal progression. And banner, love is a gesture, touch me here, we are supposed to. Firm beneath the chest, and what late moon, all unknown, all just light.